We have a great clip, first and foremost, to share with our viewers of our Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland. So she's justifying the COVID lockdowns here in this little clip. Let's have a look.
Canada was going to have to put in place extraordinary measures to get through this pandemic. We did something that I don't think a country in history has ever done. And our peers, the wealthy industrialized nations around the world, did the same thing. We literally shut down the economy. With hindsight, I am very confident we did the right thing. And there was actually a study over the summer led by David Naylor and a couple of other academics. They found that if Canada had had the mortality rate of the United States, 70,000 additional Canadians would have died. That's more than the population of Fredericton. So I think all Canadians, it was very hard those 2 years, but I think we should all remember that saved at least 70,000 lives. What it did mean, though, for Canada's small businesses is we asked them to shut down to save their parents and their grandparents and my parents and grandparents. Well, I don't have grandparents anymore, but certainly my parents and aunts and uncles. And that was an extraordinary thing we asked them to do.
Yeah, Christia's grandparents, there's some intertwining connections in there. Maybe she didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, but that was interesting that she mentioned her grandparents.
No, of course, it's so ridiculous how that woman is so non-self-aware. Like what she says right here is exactly the reason why the Liberal Party is being criticized over the way they reacted to the pandemic. They're being criticized because they shut down everything, and she's talking as if she is proud of having shut down the economy. How is that something one can be proud of? Shutting down the economy, freezing bank accounts, shutting down small businesses that the Liberal Party claims to want to defend. The left always talks about how much the government needs to defend and help small businesses. Well, you literally just admitted that you asked them to shut down. You're proud of it. How is she able to say that without laughing at herself? I find it so unbelievable.
Well, and the fact that she says we asked small businesses to shut down, it's like, no, you put down the full force of the hammer of the government on those businesses and forced them to close under threats of fines and imprisonment. That's not asking, that's telling and threatening to comply, or else you're going to lose your business anyway. And the other thing that, she clearly notes that we shut down the economy. Well, what repercussion has that had now on the economic landscape that we have currently in Canada now? This inflation and supply chain issues. These are not things that back in the spring of 2020, economists weren't saying, hey, this is the fallout of such a harsh, heavy-handed policy to shut down the global economy. It was coordinated and it was orchestrated. And Canada wasn't alone in that. No, Canada was a key player in that. And as our finance minister, you would think, yeah, like you said, that the lack of self-awareness of this individual to know that the fallout of that shutdown is exactly everything that we are facing here today, coming from the mouth of someone who literally didn't miss a paycheck, right? Her paycheck 100%. Kept on rolling. She was never affected by the lockdowns or the business closures. Chrystia Freeland continued to get paid. So she has no skin in the game. And it just shows how out of touch the Liberals are. I keep saying it, just living up in their ivory towers and imposing all these mandates and restrictions on the little guy who, as you mentioned, they're supposed to be representing and protecting.
That's a clip from our daily Rebel News live stream where we talk about the news of the day and things that interest us in an unscripted way. We have a rotating cast of your favorite Rebel News characters as hosts, including sometimes a surprise appearance by the Rebel Commander, Ezra Levant. To learn more, just go to rebelnews.com/livestreams.